Hey, what's going on guys? Today's video we're going to be looking at putting together a less than £600 gaming budget PC build what can achieve 60 FPS at 1080p guaranteed. This video has been requested quite a lot over the last couple of months and today we're going to do that. So let's get started. So first thing guys, I'd like you to know that I'm not actually going to come building this PC build today because I haven't actually got £600 to go and waste on these components just for this video. So I just thought I'll get that in there first. But first thing I like to do while building any PC build guys is what motherboard I'm going to actually put in that system. Once you know what motherboard you're going to get, then of course you can base all the components around that motherboard and it makes life very simple indeed. So today I didn't want nothing too high end or too low end. I wanted something in the middle, packed with features for that gamer and keep in the budget. So we're going to go with the MSI Z97 Gaming 5. It has lots of features such as the M.2 support, so you get them fast SSD drives if you wish to do so. Has obviously SLI and Crossfire support, so if you want to use a multi-card setup, that is available as well to the gamer. And of course, it has a killer E2200 LAN Ethernet connection port, what I think is one of the best Ethernet connections you can actually get because it actually lowers the latency apparently. Well, it's meant to do anyway while you're in game, so it actually minimizes the background tasks and focuses on that game for the maximum connection, what is a plus side to have as well. And not only it comes with MSI's Audio Boost 2, so not only do you want to enjoy that 60 FPS at 1080p, you want good sound quality, crystal clear, you want to know what's going on in the game, that you're in that atmosphere, and I think that's quite important as well. So for £114, that's the motherboard what I'm going to choose today. So next up guys, the CPU itself. Now, this one had me quite baffled for a while on what to actually choose because there's so many on the Z97 platform to actually go for. So I ended up getting the Intel Pentium K, the G3258, which was an unlockable, overclockable CPU. But unfortunately it only has 2 cores, but don't be fooled guys. This little CPU for only £51, so we're saving quite a lot of money on that CPU, is an absolute beast. These CPUs can overclock to 4.5 to 4.6 gigahertz. I've even seen Linus Tech Tips on one of his videos put this head to head next to a 5820K, and this thing performed identical in games to that 5820K. So it's only £51 and a real money saver. So that's the CPU going in this build today. So next up guys is the memory itself, or the motherboard. Now today of course we saved quite a lot of money on that £51 CPU, so I thought I'd put a little bit more into the RAM card itself. So we're going to go for 2 Kingston Beast 8GB of DDR3 21 MHz actual speed, so you have that fast speed RAM, of course the 16GB capacity, so plenty of headroom there and will perform exceptionally well in the system. So now we got guys the most important bit out of the whole gaming build itself, and that is the graphics card. Now I really wanted to put in the MSI GTX 970 into this build to match that MSI motherboard and of course have great performance off that card, but unfortunately it just broke the £600 budget too much because it costs about £230 in the UK and it just wouldn't fit in the budget. So I opted to go for the 960 by MSI instead, the 4GB version, so we have that nice VRAM tolerance there. So if any games required more than 2GB of RAM, you got obviously the VRAM to match it, and it should easily still max out games at 60 FPS at 1080p. But if you're actually not, if you're actually willing to spend the extra £40 for the 970, then that should be your choice instead. So of course we all have to have storage in our gaming builds, because without having storage we won't be able to save our games, we won't be able to save Windows, we won't be able to turn the PC on. So today I opted to go for the Samsung 850 Evo SSD, the 250GB version. End of the day it's 2015, come on 2016. You have to have an SSD in your system. And the one thing I love about this SSD more than anything, it only costs £57, and that's not the best bit. Actually, if you go into their software called Samsung Magician, you can actually enable a rapid mode, and what it actually uses the cache off the memory on the motherboard to boost the speed of the SSD itself, up to 6,000 reads and writes, and that's one reason why I chose to have 16GB of DDR3 RAM as well. So of course, now we've got all them components. Unfortunately, we need power. Without power, the system won't turn on. So Today I actually looked around at what to get, and I managed to find a little tiny power supply, 500 watts power supply, only costing £38, in my opinion, an absolute bargain of power supply by EVGA, so a good quality brand there. Unfortunately, it's not a modular power supply, so you can't obviously take all the wires off, it looks a bit messier, but overall for £38, this thing will absolutely power the system easily, and it's 80 plus bonds as well, so you know you're going to get good quality from that power supply. So now to the last thing on the list, of course, the actual PC case itself. At the end of the day, we've got all these shiny components, we need to put them in a nice shiny case. So today, I actually looked around what to buy, and I found a nice little case only costing £57, and that's the NZXT S340 in black, and it's a MIDI tower as well, and I believe this case to be the perfect case for all these components, and at the same time looking very sexy. It has a nice compartment in it, so you can hide the PSU, so all the wires are coming out and everything. It also hides the SSDs and the hard drives as well, so you only see the motherboard through that window, and of course the graphics card. So overall, you should be able to make a nice clean looking build, and the actual PC itself does look a nice clean square case as well with a nice window on it. Downside, doesn't have an optical bay, so if you're actually a person who wants an optical bay, then unfortunately this case is not for you. But overall, I love this case, I might even buy it myself, and that's the one I'm going to use today. So there we go, guys, that was my less than £600 PC budget. I think it totaled at £583 in total, so you got it under that £600. So if you actually have anything to add as well, would you swap out the 960 maybe break the budget and put a 970 in, or would you actually reduce the budget and go for a 950 or something or such, or you can change the CPU out to break the budget, or again find another one? Let me know what you think, guys, what other builds, and I really appreciate it. So I enjoyed this one, guys. I enjoyed making it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Please comment below if you have not subscribed. Of course, subscribe, and also I'll leave a link to where you can find all the parts in the description below if you wish to check them out for yourself. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. So I'm going to finish rendering this now so you guys can watch it, and I guess I'll catch you next time. See ya.